welcome to Big Dream with Liz. This is podcast number 1. I am testing this cool platform called Anchor, and I realized when I was a kid, I used to record my voice and interview my friends and edit my recordings and edit music and create jingles and create commercials, and I had a natural knack for this kind of thing. I decided, now that I'm 37 years old, maybe this podcast thing is part of my life purpose. So here I am exploring this avenue with my new business, Big Dream with Liz. What I'd really like to do is help people to feel inspired, to feel like they have something to offer the world that nobody else quite has. We all have things in common, of course, but there is a specific thing that you have been super excited about since you were super little, and many of us have shoved it to the side, or we completely forgot about what it is that lights us up from the inside out. And this is one of those things for me. Music has been my main motivator my whole life. Even as a kid, I remember loving the Beach Boys, and my family would go on some road trips and we would listen to the Beach Boys, or Tom Petty, America, Chicago, all this fun stuff. I have loved music as early as I can remember. There's a video of me bouncing around to some song my mom had on, but when I could barely even walk. So that's kind of a sign, and I'm a dancer, so that kind of shows my love for music, and I really wanted to bring music to life through dance. And now, my whole life I've been an artist as well, creative person, and there's absolutely no limit on somebody's creativity. So really, I don't even know where to begin. Because when I was a kid, I was constantly creating things, making little crafts. I made my own dolls and doll clothes and miniature things for doll houses out of clay. And like I said before, recording me and my friends being silly, and talk shows, I interviewed fake guests. They weren't even real people, they're just characters. But I've also always loved late night shows and watching Oprah and Ellen, and so daytime shows as well as late night shows, but talk shows are something that I've always had an interest in. So this is kind of a good platform for me to start out with, as well as I don't really care for myself on video as much as, this is a little bit more comfortable for me to talk. And now I'm realizing all these creative avenues can come together for one bigger purpose that can help other people. And, I want to see other people utilize their skills, their talents, their gifts, natural gifts, and things that they're passionate about, things that if they could only dig a little deeper, and I can help you do that, because I have used tools over the years to figure out what is it that makes Liz, and what am I truly excited about, what separates me from everybody else. And I'm all about authenticity and self-expression. So now I want to help other people bring out their true self, because there's too many copycats doing the same exact things. And, frankly, I'm tired of the cookie cutter crap. So it's time to get our true selves out there, right? Let's embrace what we were excited about as kids and do something with it. It's not recess. We're not just going and playing. It's actual stuff that we were born to do and to express. And just hiding our voice, hiding whatever the voice means to you. It doesn't have to be speaking. I know that I have had a hard time speaking in front of people my whole life. I've had a hard time saying what it is I truly feel to other people. I feel I don't want to be a burden, or I don't want to be a downer. Even though lots of times I've been depressed because I wasn't fully expressing who I was. So it's kind of a, that's not a vicious cycle, what's that called? Catch-22. So I guess in order to be happy, to be truly happy, you have to truly be yourself, I think. And we have so many opportunities to express ourselves in this day and age. It's embraced. Authenticity is embraced, so we are supposed to be who we were meant to be, right? And it's more acceptable, for the most part. This is something that has been bothering me for years. I don't like feeling like I can't be who I'm supposed to be, for fear of what others may think of me, for fear of not being good enough. I am a perfectionist by nature, but that's, it's a fear-based mindset. I want to create things that are admirable, that are inspirational, that haven't been done before if possible, things that will really motivate other people to be their best and to put their best foot forward. I'm finally coming out of my shell, it was time, a long time ago, for me to do this, for me to continue when I was little. And I don't know where this happens for people. What age do people stop being who they truly are? Because when you're little, there's no filter, right? Like at least not for me. I think I didn't have a whole lot of tact when I was really little. Like, I'm talking like 5 or, under 10 years old. So what happens traditionally? People are put in public school, right? Or even private school, but you're socialized. You're with adults who are socialized, who have been trained or brainwashed to brainwash the rest of us. Sorry, teachers, but I feel like there's a traditional expectation on people that you are not allowed to express yourself. You're not allowed to daydream, use your imagination. I got in trouble for it all the time in school. I didn't even know I was doing it. I was sitting there thinking I was listening to the teacher, or thinking I was focusing on the task at hand, or the test. And I had terrible test anxiety. But I was not. I was imagining things, coming up with ideas constantly. And to be called out in a classroom setting, and me being an introvert, naturally more on the shy side, introverted side, I think I was publicly humiliated a few times. And therefore, out of fear for that happening again, and that icky feeling of people laughing at you or staring at you with this weird look on their face, you don't want to speak out anymore. Not speak out, I guess I was daydreaming. So you don't want to be called upon in a negative light, right? In front of all your peers, regardless of them. And kids, I guess kids are so mean. So kids, and that goes through high school. There's a lot of girls that I didn't really click with. And sure, I was a nerd in a sense, but I tried to be nice to everybody. But I started to force it, I'm like, okay, I want to be accepted, right? We all want to be accepted by somebody and loved or appreciated or acknowledged, have recognition in some department. So mine kind of came out creatively with art and a little bit of music. I was in church playing piano, and then I was on dance team in high school, so I got the performance part of me. I was in plays. And I had this performance thing coming out of me, but I felt like I wasn't supposed to speak, I guess, over time. Growing up in church, growing up in public school, and then I went to private school as well, which was that was like the element of public school and church all in one, which is I definitely felt restricted in a lot of ways by that time. And that was in 7th and 8th grade for me. So it's time to embrace who we truly are again. Go back to when you were a kid. What did you really love doing? What did you love doing? Not what do you think your parents thought you loved doing, or your neighbor friends, or when you were by yourself, what did you do with your time that really you looked forward to? Time flew by, you didn't even care. Time didn't even exist. That's what I had to kind of explore in the last few years with, I had some coaching help with assessments and personality tests and different things over time that I've found to help me with self-discovery, really, rediscovering myself. Who was this kid that was born into the world? What did she do? What did she like? And how can I embrace that again and use it to help other people to do the same thing? Because it's really important that we can love ourselves enough to put ourselves out there into the world for those around us who care about us, and then people who don't even know who we are. There is not a reason to hide yourself. There is not a reason to hide yourself from everybody when you have something important to say. And it doesn't matter what it is. If it's important to you, that means something. It's passion, it's purpose. It's something that you are put on this earth to share with other people that could potentially change history, and inspire more leaders and more people to come out of their shell. So that's kind of my starting point here. I want to incorporate music so badly that the podcast idea, it just seems like this is the best thing for me to do. This is what I did when I was little. I recorded talk show interviews, music shows with my friends. And I'm a goofball. It's not coming out right now, but it will. It's part of who I am. I have to be my quirky self. I think that too many of us are hiding it. There's no way we're all this uptight all the time, right? You can't be. That it's not healthy, first of all. It's not any fun, second of all. And, I want to embrace creativity and self-expression without limitations. So I'm gonna keep this one short because it's the first one, and I'm excited to build up a community of like-minded people who also want to embrace their own unique creativity, self-expression, and inspirational methods to help everybody else. And with that, I am going to call it a podcast. Thanks for listening.